Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Friday, February 23rd, 2024. And away we go. Las Vegas has some big news, Anthony.
Well, Las Vegas, gambling capital of the United States.
Yes.
Without question. We all knew that, right?
Yep.
But the AGA, American Gaming Association, released some numbers.
Okay.
That kind of puts it all in perspective. And we thought it'd be kind of interesting to go over, some of these numbers. So Las Vegas comes in number one in the United States by a long shot, $8.83 billion.
And this is all profit.
This is the win. This is the gambling win. So this doesn't have anything to do with what they make on rooms and parking and shows and food and drinks and, the whole thing.
Okay.
This is just purely their gambling revenue, the win.
Sounds like a good business.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes you wonder why they got to make money everywhere else.
Right.
But, $8.83 billion, a 7.2% increase over last year.
Oh, wow.
Second biggest market. What do you think?
Well, I have it in front of me. Atlantic City.
Oh, you're looking. Okay, I didn't know you were looking at it.
I was cheating a little bit. I was cheating. I got to be honest. I was cheating a bit.
All right, so put it in perspective. Vegas, not Vegas, the Strip. This is just the Strip, not Vegas. I should have made that clear.
Right. So this $8 billion is just from the Strip, not including downtown.
Right. $8.8 billion, 8.83. Number two market, Atlantic City.
Okay.
2.86. Wow. All the way down, 2.86 billion.
So Vegas blew Atlantic City out of the water.
Blew everybody out of the water.
Everybody. Like, right? Nobody's even close.
So here's the other, so people can get an idea kind of where the action is in the United States. Number three, Chicagoland, which is basically a mixture of Illinois and Indiana casinos all in the Chicago area, 2.19 billion.
Wow.
All right. Number four, Baltimore, Washington.
Okay.
2.08. Mississippi Gulf Coast, 1.59.
Now you got a lot of big Native American casinos out that way.
Well, basically you've got a former riverboat casinos there. Okay. Is what you're looking at Mississippi. All right, so then Queens, Yonkers, so New York area, New York City, Philadelphia, Detroit, St. Louis, basically with some Illinois casinos, in there too as well, Missouri and Illinois. Then at number 10, here's a big surprise to me, the Boulder Strip.
And that's just separate from everything else. It's just the Boulder Strip. We're talking about Boulder Station, Arizona Charlie's.
Right, Samstown. I guess what, Joker Wild. It doesn't seem like there's that many out there, right?
It doesn't.
But that comes in just under $1 billion, $965 million. Then you go Poconos in Pennsylvania, Blackhawk Central City, those two little cities up in Colorado Mountains, up above Denver. I've been there. It's very cool. Then number 13, Reno Sparks area.
Okay, Reno.
Yep, 911 million on that. Lake Charles, Louisiana, Memphis, Kansas City. Then downtown Las Vegas.
Wow. See, I think downtown would have assumed downtown would have been way higher, and same with Reno.
I know. Reno ends up, Boulder Strip ends up in 10th spot. Reno Sparks ends up in 13th spot. Downtown, number 17, 811 million. And then rounding it out is Cleveland, Boston, and Miami. Miami, one or two casinos down there. That's how much business they do down there. It's incredible.
And all the Hard Rocks are in northern Florida.
I don't know. I think the Hard Rocks are in different areas. I'm not sure about that. I'm not real up on the whole Miami scene there. What's interesting is no Connecticut.
Yeah, I was thinking Foxwoods, Mohegan Sun, something like that.
Yeah, so there you go. You got Vegas at 8.8 billion. You stick, not Vegas, the Strip. Now you stick Boulder Strip in there and downtown Las Vegas and other surrounding areas, and you're over 10 billion in Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Wow.
So where that stands worldwide, I'm not sure if Vegas is above or below Macau anymore. Macau was way out in front until the pandemic, and then they flip-flop, and Vegas, took over, but Macau's been coming back.
Right.
So I'm not sure where Macau stands, but, there's the numbers in the United States. I thought it was interesting.
And we've been reporting on this for a little while, but it seems that there is finally a name for what was the Formula One paddock.
Yeah, remember we talked about it. Everyone called it the paddock because that's what it was. They call it a racing paddock.
Right.
And this is a big white building that you see when you're coming out of the airport.
Next to Ellis Island.
Yeah, heading toward Ellis Island on Koval there. And it is now officially the Grand Prix Plaza.
All right, the Grand Prix Plaza.
That kind of makes sense. That's pretty good. It's going to be, operate year round. It's going to be sort of a tourist attraction, linked to the Grand Prix, which is, going to continue to be here for the next 9 years.
Okay.
So
Now, wasn't there something going on in the news with like some details of the contract or any updates on Formula One in general?
Yeah, there's still a lot of discussion about it. There's a lot of discontent about all the disruption last year. And but it has been announced that absolutely it is going to run next year and the next couple of years for sure. I guess there's a chance that they might not go the whole 10 years, but I'm sure they will. It's going to run November 21 to 23.
Okay.
All right, real close to what it was last year. They're going to run the exact same course. Just as they did. The one they fixed. They're going to put up that Flamingo Bridge again.
I was just going to ask that. When are they going to put the Flamingo Bridge up? Like they're going to start soon, I bet.
Yeah, it's like they're going to start right
just took
now,
it down,
right?
like put it back up.
Yeah, put some more cones down. Just all we need. But that's the problem. They're trying to figure out ways to make it not as disruptive as it was last year. We'll see, but it'll be running again next year in November, or this year rather, in November.
A quick one for the member rewards coupon book 2024. We got some great coupons in there, but there has been some updates to the Palms and the Rio coupon.
Yeah, two of the best ones in the book.
Yeah.
Both of these are MROs, member rewards online, so they're downloadable. We'll be changing the terms and conditions on there, but we wanted to make people aware of it now who may have downloaded already and they're not sure. So at the Palms, this is the 2-for-1 buffet, including the lobster buffet on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And by the way, I'll give you a tip on that in just a minute from one of our readers.
Okay.
You now have to, what it did say before and what we reported is you take it directly, you download the voucher, you take it directly to the buffet. Now you have to take it to the member rewards booth.
Okay.
All right, so you take it to the Palms rewards booth, they'll give you a stamp, and then you take it from there.
Yeah, and we got a comment because we weren't aware of this, right? They made the change without us knowing, so we got a comment. So thank you for leaving the comment.
Well, somebody was mad and said, well, why didn't you tell me? We're like, well, we didn't know, but we did find out. And they're just trying to make their procedure as good for them in terms of their record keeping all as they can. I said, a little bit of a tip. Somebody who goes to that buffet often says that there's a big difference in the lines Thursday to Wednesday being the longer ones. Because the lobster buffet started on Wednesday, the lines were like ridiculous, right? And then they opened it up to Wednesday and Thursday, and it's almost like the word hasn't gotten out that if you want to go to the lobster buffet, Thursday's the night to do it.
Well, that sounds really cool. I say, and this is for any time you go to the Palms buffet, I've been a bunch, I always just try to slip in the last hour.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I think, and we're getting some reports now about how when things are changing, and we'll report on that, the best way to beat the Lions when we've got the whole story.
Yeah.
All right, second, the Rio. The Rio is the great room play that we've been talking about.
That's right.
You get 30% off the base rate and no resort fee. Super strong. So you're going to be staying at the Rio, which we keep saying keeps fixing itself and getting better and better for $40 a night.
Right. We showed the rooms off last episode in the Rio, and then also one thing I don't think we talked about, but the outside has been updated. The lighting of the Rio.
Yeah, everything about it. But I didn't tell you the difference. The difference is
sorry.
That's all right. The difference is that you can now book that. You had to call in before. You had to call and talk to an agent. Now you can book it online straight and put in the code.
Okay.
And then it will give you automatically that discount. So you can go online, look at their calendar, pick the dates you want, and lock them in. And then you have to bring that voucher with you.
Right.
But you don't have to talk to a reservation agent anymore. Okay, so just two updates on two of our best coupon offers.
And not only are those two of the best coupon offers, I know I always say this because I just get excited about it. The Rio is right near the Palms, so you could do a twofer. You could go from the Rio, you could walk from the Rio to the Palms. Both have free parking, and same with the Gold Coast, which is right there. You got ping pong pong. All kinds of great eats and fun things to do right in this area.
Except Rio and Palms like us and Gold Coast doesn't.
Okay, so forget what I said about the delicious ping pong pong.
Yeah, it's good. Ping pong is good.
A week from today, this Friday, is February 29th, leap year, leap beers. And Anthony and I, we're going to be drinking at the Downtown Grand.
Yeah, it's starting around what do we say, 2:00 again? I think so. And we're going to be shooting live from the Downtown Grand. Leap beers.
Yeah.
Even though, wait a minute, it's not going to be 29th. It's a Thursday. It's not going to be a Friday.
That's right.
So keep that in mind. This will be a Thursday. We're still calling it Friday beers, but it's going to be on a Thursday because it's leap beer.
That's right.
Right.
So Thursday, February 29th as usual, for the video poker and blackjack tournament. Blackjack tournament starts at 3. Video poker starts at 5. We go live around 2.
A little bit before 2, probably.
Yeah. We'll be cracking some beers.
Yeah, so come on down. But we've had a bunch of questions about, is there anything else going on during leap year? Like, Vegas always promotes for everything. There actually are, and they're coming out, with their different ideas. So here's a few of them.
What we got?
Leap year babies. Of course, there's not many of you that will fit into that. But if you happen to be a leap year baby, you had your birthday on a leap year day.
Okay.
Right? So if you're if you're 28 years old, you're only 7, something like that. I don't know.
Right.
However they work that. But you drink free from 6 till midnight at Circa, the D, and Golden Gate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. You also can do a free leap at the Strat, the sky jump, where you jump off basically it's a bungee jump off the tower.
Yeah. I like watching people do it.
You get that for free.
Yeah.
At the Downtown Grand, if you are a leap year baby, you get $29 in free play.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's kind of cool. But that doesn't apply to many of us. But here are some deals. The Grand is in concert or, along with us doing our thing. They're going to be doing a bunch of deals, including double payout, up to $5 bet on the number 29 at roulette.
Hilarious. So I always like number 29, black 29.
So instead of getting 35 to 1, you're going to get 70 to 1.
Okay.
Now, it's only for $5, so it's not worth that much, but you do have an edge playing that. It's worth up $4.34.
Is it really?
Yeah, per cycle. All right, so approximately per hour. $4.34 is your expected winnings on that.
Well, because roulette usually has like some of the worst odds in the casino.
Well, 5.26 against, and now you're turning it around, basically.
All
right. Second, also, $5 bonus for being dealt a 2 and a 9 at blackjack.
Oh, nice.
So if you're playing blackjack on those dollar tables or whatever, you get a 2 and a 9, they're going to give you $5.
And you get to double down.
Yeah.
Right.
And they got some dinner specials for $29 and things like that. So, cool things for leap year. As we find out others, we'll put it up on the website.
Yeah, that sounds cool. And a lot of those deals sound like they're Derek Stephen run properties, the D, Circa, and Golden Gate. So that's fun. And last week at the Downtown Grand video poker and blackjack tournament, we had a very unique thing happen.
Well, there was finally a double winner.
Yes.
A winner of both, and it wasn't you.
That's right. One very skilled player.
And it wasn't me.
That's right. It wasn't either of us.
It was neither of us. And we've got a picture of us, and we were so pissed off that we forgot to get his name. We're sorry.
Who was that mystery man?
I know. He's an LVA member and everything else. And I know he told me, but I forgot it. And I'm sorry. I apologize. But put it in the comments. Let us know who you are. But there you are. He did it. This guy did it. He won both.
That's right.
And you know what? I played against him on both. I was in the finals of both. He beat me twice.
That's right. You made the final table on blackjack and video poker, right?
Mm-hmm. And I took last and second to last. So I almost got the double loser. That'd have been strong.
That's funny.
Right.
Double winner, double loser.
But let's just keep going on that. But Andrew, while we're at it, another Downtown Grand thing, that I did, after that tournament, when I took last and second to last, I was like, I'm going to go try the special in the Freedom Beat.
Yeah.
And usually you and I go and we have that prime rib. So
it's delicious.
Yeah, you bet. You put $25 coin in, and you not only get your parking validated, but you get to download a coupon there from the kiosk. And I said, I'm going to try their half-price burger.
Right.
And what a banger, man!
Yeah, it looked delicious.
Oh, it's just a banger, and it was absolutely great, and it was $8.
Yeah.
So I mean, this place it gets better and better.
That's a great deal. The other thing is I'm going to show a picture of my prime rib, and it was $14.99 prime rib because I played $25 coin in. And if you remember, I think the aces with a kicker was like at 1,000, so we were jamming on that.
It actually
coin in.
Yeah, it went up to 1,200. I heard.
Wow.
I don't know how high it got, but it was at that point that center bar you were looking at over 103% return.
Yeah.
So a lot of good things at Downtown Grand. Okay, for question of the week, this has to do with Andrew's goof, right, at the video poker machine.
Huge mistake.
Yeah, tell him what you did.
Okay,
if
so
you haven't seen it already, but a lot of people have. We know that.
Yeah, it's we're doing some shorts, and so I posted a short of where I was playing Dream Card video poker, and I got 2 5s and a dream card, which gave me a third 5. So now I was going for my 4 of a kind, and I got so excited, I pulled out my camera to shoot, and I forgot to hold the cards.
Yeah, he just pissed away the dream card and everything
all of
else. So anyway, the question is, there was a comment that you can call.
Right. Is it true that you can call a slot attendant and do a 5-hand rollback in video poker? So if you get dealt a really big hand, like aces with a kicker, or 4 deuces if you're playing deuces wild, or a royal flush.
Yeah, and it is true. If you think that you've been done wrong somehow, and that perhaps a button popped off, or even if you made a mistake yourself and missed a button, or whatever, and let's say you had the royal flush. We've shown that before, where people had a royal flush and then hit the button by mistake, and didn't hold it. And you can call over an attendant, and they will get a supervisor, and they can go into the machine and they can look back at a hand history.
That's right.
And most of the time, it's not a rule, it's not a law. It depends on the place, but most of the time, they will pay you what you should have won. Now, for you, that wouldn't have really worked because the no 5s came up.
Right.
So what are you going to complain? Okay, I didn't hit it. And they'll go, so what? You wouldn't have won anything anyway.
Right. I would have had 3 of a kind, and I think I was playing dimes or nickels. So it wasn't
maybe,
that much.
Something like that. But the point is they will do that. You don't really want to do that for low amounts of money. You want to do that for something big.
Right.
But if you'd hit the quad in one of the open spots, you could have appealed that to them, and they don't always do it. I've heard at times when people have been refused, but most of the time they will. So you make a mistake, you call over an attendant and say, "Can I this is what happened. Can you take a look at it?"
Right.
And more often than not, they'll pay.
And this is a great piece of information to know because I didn't know, and it came from the comments. And so, thank you for leaving the comment. And this is, this is like the information conduit. This is how we share information.
And I'll tell you what, I know this because I've got a video poker machine.
You do?
And I will tell you this. It's a good time to tell this story.
Okay.
All right. So the video poker machine I have is an IGT Fortune 5005, whatever it was called. And the way I got it was years ago when the Mint Casino was still there. It's long gone now, right? But the Mint Casino downtown ran a promotion, and I had the voucher of the promotion in my car, and I threw it on. I looked at it, didn't see anything. I threw it on the ground, and I picked up a buddy of mine to go out to have a couple beers, and he looks down, and this guy's real good. His name's Ed House, and Ed played on the tournament team with me. And Ed's looking and looking, and he would always get a funny look on his face when he discovered something. And he got that look on his face, and he picked it up. And he's reading it as I'm driving. He goes, well, why didn't you tell me about this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you know what? I go, I don't see anything there. He goes, are you kidding? He goes, they're giving away a video poker game machine a day for X number of days. I forget, it was more than a month.
That's really an expensive game, right? A video poker machine.
Oh yeah, they were selling for about $7,000-8,000 at the time.
Okay, and now they're like $35,000 for like regular machines.
Well, for different the high tech ones, but back then those were about $7,000 to $9,000 or something.
A lot.
So anyway, the thing is, whoever made the most points during a 24-hour period won the machine.
Oh wow!
And you got points for everything from a 4 of a kind straight flush and a royal.
Okay.
Well, the way it worked out is if you hit a royal, then you're pretty much going to win it, right? So what we did is we got a group of us together. I think there were 7 of us, and we played around the clock for a month and a half.
Oh wow!
We won 23 machines.
That's 23 out of the 30 because they were giving one a day. So
it was a little. I think it was 40 days or 42 days or something. And we won 23. The only reason we won only 23 is that halfway through, others heard about it.
Okay.
And now we started playing against other teams.
Okay.
And now we started making deals. We're on one day, you're on one day. So we don't, because it was costing us $1,000 a day to win these machines.
So what happened to the machines?
Well, the machines, everybody got one.
Okay.
And that left us about 15 and a couple others.
Okay.
And we tried to buy a bar and put the machines in. We had a maximum of 15 machines.
Okay.
And there was just too much red tape. We couldn't do it.
Oh, geez.
And we eventually sold them off.
Okay.
But a cool story is I was doing my shift, right? And we were going in 8-hour shifts. And the way I would do it, and we play away, we play fast. So if we hit a royal and somebody else hit a royal, we're still probably likely to win because we're playing faster than the rest of them, right? On the same card around the clock. There was nothing in the rules against that. So I would play it for 7 hours.
Okay.
And on my last hour, I started ordering beers.
Okay.
All right, because I'm done. I'm happy. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm going to get off shift, like being on a job, right?
Sure.
All right, so
Sure.
I started drinking away.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's no cell phones back then. I think we had beepers. My beeper goes off. I got to go make a phone call.
Yeah.
My relief can't make it.
Okay.
So now I'm
Buzzed.
I'm half looped.
Yeah.
Because I'm really pounding, right?
Okay.
And they tell me I got to go another 8 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I immediately stopped drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm, now of course I'm whatever I am, 28, 29, 30, 32. I don't know what I was,
Yeah.
right? So I can handle it.
Uh-huh.
But I'm playing now. I'm getting into my 14th and 15th hour, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting so tired.
Yeah, I bet.
And I start hallucinating on the machine.
Oh, no.
I'm actually at the point where I'm trying to play it, and back then they don't have touch screens, and
you're holding the
instead of the
buttons.
buttons, I'm reaching out and I'm pushing the machine.
Oh,
I was
no.
literally hallucinating, right?
Wow.
I make it through the 16 hours.
Uh-huh.
I get in a car. No way I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm just sleep deprived now,
Yeah.
man. I'm just sleepy as hell. And I'm driving, and I hit a stoplight on Decatur Boulevard right in front of Arizona Charlie's.
Uh-huh.
And next thing I know, and I just had a feeling, and I put the car in neutral. I put it in park real fast, and damn, if I don't wake up with the cars whizzing by me, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping in front of Arizona Charlie's in my
no.
car. And it was only for a split. It wasn't. It must have been less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But anyway, I put it back in, and now I'm wide awake. Have you ever been driving? You start to nod off, and then you're awake as hell for a while.
Well, right. Yeah.
But anyway, so those are the kind of fun things you do when you're 30 years old and you're a professional gambler. That's what you do.
That's wild. You do a double shift.
Yeah, really.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah.
And in this week's Jackpot of the Week, it comes to us from Michael C. I was at the Win High Limit playing 9-6 Triple Double Ultimate X, one of my favorite games. It had been a pretty disastrous few days gambling up until then. Couldn't seem to hit anything good. Finally held 2 aces and got 2 more with a 2 times multiplier for $8,000 on triple play. That's awesome. Then 15 minutes later, I switched to 5 play and was dealt quad 3s, drew kickers on 3 of the 5 hands, including 2 with 4 times multiplier for an $18,000 jackpot.
$26,000, 15 minutes.
I mean, wow. I mean, first of all, he's playing Ultimate X on dollars, which is very expensive. That can really add up.
Yeah, well, the crack game, the Ultimate
So
X
much fun.
It is fun. The 9-6 triple double, that base game there on a regular machine is a little different than Ultimate X, but that base game is about a 98%er, so he's playing a pretty good game. But he's playing, that's a 10 coin game. In order to get those multipliers, you play 10 coins, you get paid as if you're playing 5.
Right.
So he's playing, on the triple play, he's playing $30 a hand. On the 5 plays, he's playing $50 a hand.
Yeah.
And that adds up. It gets real expensive.
It really does.
But
I know from experience. And I don't even play at that level. I mean, I'll play the 5 cent, 10 cent.
Yeah. Yeah, in quarters, once in a while.
Yeah,
but
once in a while.
it is fun, and congratulations. And again, it just goes to show you what variance is all about. Sometimes it just happens. Lightning strikes, right?
That's right. Lightning strikes. You get a monster hit. You get the 4 of a kinds. You get them dealt. You get multipliers. You get kickers. I mean,
and you know what? And Andrew, that's why they keep coming back.
Right.
They keep coming back to Vegas. Same with the Keno players, boy.
That's right.
Every once in a while, they pop one, right? They pop
That's
one
right.
once in a while. And they
That
keep,
is.
damn the torpedoes. Who cares if that's a 12% game? I don't care. I'm coming back. I remember that big win.
Yeah. Dumbest game in the world, Keno. But sometimes a squirrel gets a nut.
That's right.
That's it for this week. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit that subscribe button because we are about to hit 15,000 subscribers. So like the videos, share the videos, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.